Let me say something that would have saved me years of stress. Years of stress. There's one career decision that feels permanent when you are young. And it's the reason a lot of smart people panic, overthink, and freeze. But here's the truth. It isn't permanent. Not your degree, not your specialization, not the stream you picked in school, not the first job title on your resume. You think it locks you forever? It doesn't. I get asked this question a lot of times by the students. Lot of times by the students. Sir, what if I choose the wrong thing? Sir, what if I regret it later? And I get it. I get it because I have lived it. I have lived it. It's been long back, but I have lived this. This video is not about MBA. This is not about engineering. This is about that fear. The fear that one decision will trap your entire life. Entire life. I'm going to tell you exactly what I believed and why I felt terrifying at that moment. And what I learned after years and years in the real world, the corporate sector, and just being in the real world outside of the schools. If you are in your early 20s or late 20s and you feel stuck because of that one choice, stay with me in this video. This will change how you see your career. When I was doing my MBA, we had to pick a specialization. There were 5 options: marketing, finance, HR, operations, and international business. We used to call it IB, international business. So we had those 5 options. And at that time, I genuinely believed this one choice will decide my entire future because we are doing MBA in specialization in that. So if you are specializing in something, that is going to decide my future. Because when you are in college, people talk as if this is a life or death, right? Friends ask you, the seniors ask you, family asks you, everyone has opinions. And the worst part is, most of the people giving advice are not the ones who will live your life. At that time, marketing felt like the popular opinion. A lot of my friends and everyone was talking about it. The seniors had taken it. Finance felt like a serious option, and I wasn't even sure what I truly wanted, honestly. I was just trying to avoid making a mistake. In my head, actually, I was thinking between marketing and finance. Marketing means you have to be very outgoing. That's what I was thinking. You have to sell. For that, you have to convince people. And honestly, I had this immature fear. I would say just immature fear that to sell, you might have to exaggerate or say things you don't truly believe. I'm not saying marketing is that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what my younger mind believed at that moment. So I chose finance at the time. Not because I had some perfect plan to go ahead in finance, but because it just felt safer for me. And then something happened that made the fear worse. People started switching. Like my friends and colleagues and everyone started switching. Some people moved from marketing to finance, some moved from finance to marketing, someone going to HR, someone saying I want to do operations people coming to finance, all over the place. And I remember thinking, what if I have picked wrong? And now I'm stuck forever in this. This is the trap. When you are young, you think everyone else knows what they are doing. That's what we believe. But you don't see the truth. Most people are guessing. They're just guessing with confidence. That's the only difference. Now, fast forward, I entered the real world. I did work in corporate sector and different companies, global companies. And over time, my work moved across different functions and different domains. I worked in program and project environments where I had to partner with marketing, with finance, with HR, with legal, with tech teams. And what I saw shocked me, surprised me. In the real world, your specialization is not a cage. It's a starting label. Your career becomes a portfolio of skills: communication, execution, decision making, leadership, systems thinking, and lot more. Those skills travel across domains, not specific to single domain. Okay, let me say that again because this is the whole video all about. Your career is not decided by one choice. It is decided by what you build after your choice. It is decided by what you build after your choice. This is an important piece. Why people get stuck? Most people get stuck not because just this. They don't get stuck because they chose finance or marketing. Not just this. They get stuck because after choosing that specialization, they stop building. That's the difference. It's not about choosing marketing, finance, or any domain that we are talking about. It's not only about MBA here. They stop building after that choosing. They stop learning. They stop taking those uncomfortable projects. They stop adapting. And then they say, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. No, you didn't get stuck. You stopped moving. That's the difference. You stopped moving. So here are 3 lessons. Here are 3 lessons I wish someone had told me back then. I really wish somebody had told me back then. If you want, you can write it down, or if you are listening, just try to remember these 3 lessons, because these are from my own experience and I wish somebody had told me these lessons when I was going through it in my 20s. Lesson number 1. Early choices feel permanent because your exposure is small. When you are in college, your world is tiny, right? Campus and friends and few roles here and there in internships or summer projects, just a few companies you are visiting for a brief period, right? Like the summer projects or internships or whatever we are doing, it's for a brief period. So one decision feels like the whole universe at the time. But once you enter the working world, your universe expands. And you realize there are 50 paths you never knew existed at all. Because I have gone through it and I have seen those paths, I am trying to tell you all this. Lesson number 2. The market rewards transferable skills, not your label. I have seen people with finance background work in product. I have seen engineers become consultants. I have seen people from non-tech backgrounds become leaders in tech. And many more. Because the real drivers are, can you solve problems? Can you work with people? Can you deliver outcomes? Can you communicate clearly? Can you learn fast? And so many other skills which are required in the real world. And that's what compounds. That's what compounds. Lesson number 3. You don't need certainty. You need direction plus iteration. Most people delay decisions because they want certainty. But certainty comes after doing, not before doing. Pick a direction, run it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then adjust. That's how real careers are built. Not by one perfect decision. No. By a series of decisions corrected over time. If you are watching this right now and you feel like you chose wrong, you are not probably wrong. You are just early. You haven't had enough exposure yet to see your options, and you are putting pressure on yourself that you don't deserve. I can tell you it from my experience. You would have so much exposure in your career that you would think why and what I was thinking at that time. Even if you have chosen wrong, and if you did choose wrong, that's not a life sentence. It's a chapter. And you can rewrite the next chapter, right? Don't put unnecessary pressure on you. You're already having so much pressure. Don't put extra pressure because of this. Now I want to ask you something. What is the one decision you are currently overthinking? Degree, specialization, first job, moving abroad, switching fields? Write it in the comments in one line if possible. Just one line if you can. Because I would like to read these, and it also helps other people realize they're not alone in this, because many times it feels like we are all alone and everyone else has figured it out. So it would help others as well. And if you've already been through this phase, you have already seen this phase, and if you once thought you were stuck and life worked out anyways after that, please share your story in the comments. Someone in that panic phase needs to hear it from a real person, not from some motivational quotes that you can do it. A real story will definitely help them. And if you want honest career clarity without hype and all this fake motivation, probably, if I put it that way, think of subscribing to this channel. I'm going to keep sharing the real things that I have gone through, and I wish someone was there to tell me those when I was younger. And I will share the things that people don't share usually on social media.